12 News Eye on Agriculture with Brityne Rucker.
The game warden in Russell County asking for your help after 3 white-tailed deer were found shot and killed. Plus, we talked with Jess the vet about how a dead animal can be the most valuable in your herd. Good evening and welcome into Eye on Agriculture. I'm Brityne Rucker. The USDA coming through with more grants. The USDA announced that Rural Development is awarding $4.2 million in grants to help Kansas agricultural producers and rural small business owners. It will help to make energy efficiency improvements and renewable energy investments to lower energy costs and more. Now those grants having a big impact here in Kansas. They're to help keep smaller communities involved in the growing clean energy economy. 12 News reporter Austin Morton was in Lyons to hear how renewable energy projects will benefit the town.
First Bank here in Lyons received nearly $75,000 in grants from the USDA.
It helped us be able to make the decision to go ahead with the solar project.
First Bank President Jeff Laudermilk says these solar panels will last up to 30 years and provide clean energy for their business.
Saving on utilities, being part of the renewable energy scene is a good thing for us.
He says projects like this will help keep Lyons growing.
The way that our community is going to thrive is basically a lot of different approaches. Hope it's a motivator for people to at least take a look at the idea of renewable energy.
People here in town say they're happy to see investments like this being made in their community.
I think any time you can take some pressure off of the grid, it's a good thing. I mean, you know, we've seen all the stories when the, polar vortex hit a couple of years ago and the grid got overloaded.
I'm interested in getting it done myself. I think it's great that the USDA is investing back into small communities. A lot of us would not be able to do that without their support and the grant.
Jeff says the panels should be up and running within a month, and they expect to have a return on investment within 2 to 8 years. In Lyons, Austin Morton, 12 News.
New legislation is looking to connect farmland and ranch land to broadband. The Last Acre Act would help expand high-speed internet access across eligible farm, ranch, and farm sites. At least 15% of farms and ranches have no access to internet today. USDA found 51% of internet-connected farms utilize a broadband connection, while 75% of internet-connected farms have access through a cellular data plan. Disappointing hog prices will likely remain as the industry enters 2024. That's according to the USDA's September Hogs and Pigs report. It indicated the sow inventory was down slightly from a year ago. Despite fewer sows, the livestock economists predict pork production will continue to be strong as producers are becoming more efficient. The Kansas Department of Agriculture issuing a warning to poultry owners nationwide about a highly pathogenic avian flu strain. Kansas has not confirmed any cases of the bird flu since April of this year, but the warning includes cases in several neighboring states, including Missouri, Oklahoma, and Colorado. The primary source of spreading the disease is wild migratory waterfowl. Anyone involved in poultry production should review their biosecurity activities to ensure the health of their birds. A $1,000 reward. That's what Wabaunsee County Farm Bureau is offering for 17 stolen cows in the Wamego area. Those at Farm Bureau offering that reward to anyone who gives information or assists that lead to the arrest of the cattle thieves. If you have any information regarding this case, you can call the Wabaunsee County Sheriff's Office. That number at the bottom of your screen right now. The game warden in Russell County asking for your help after 3 white-tailed deer were found shot and killed. According to a post on the Kansas Wildlife and Parks and Game Warden's Facebook page, authorities believe the deer were killed sometime in the evening on last Friday or Saturday. All 3 deer were found shot with a rifle and left in the field west of 188th. That's near Waldo, Kansas. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Russell County Game Warden at the number at the bottom of your screen right here. We also have this number under this story on our 12 News app. The Kansas Wildlife and Parks Department also investigating another case of suspected deer poaching. A deer was found headless northwest of Americus over the weekend. Now, game wardens made the discovery after being called to reports of possible poaching in the area in Lyon County. If you have any information, you're asked to contact the game warden at 620-431-9873. And speaking of deer, hey, check this out. This video from the Kansas Game Wardens in Dickinson County shows 2 bucks locked together. Wardens say while one deer was dead, you can see there was another deer alive. The game warden in the video used his gun to shoot the antlers off of the deer and separate them. Now that deer then escaped, and the hunter who reported the incident got a salvage tag for the dead animal. Still ahead, agriculture leaders meet to discuss an important piece of legislation, an update on the status of the Farm Bill and why it's so important to Kansas.